Wow, market really took a deep dive today and also took down my P&L. When you are in day trading, man, you have to deal with the good and the bad. That's just the reality. So the entire green sector was kind of like the main play for me this week, specifically on the stock TLRY, TLRY. Yesterday, the price action on TLRY was really friendly for both on the long side and short side, and I played on the both sides. You can see this thing sold off. I was involved in the first bounce, buying the flushes around VWAP and selling into the pushes. And once it failed to test this opening high around $66, you can see the lower high rejection. That's why I scaled in on the short side, covered into the flushes around the pre-market low levels around 52, 53s. And I did like flip back and forth, long and short, just because the range is very nice and the stock is very volatile. It follows the technical support and resistance, very nice. So covered in my short and played the long side into the bounces, and that's where you can see another lower high sets in, right? This low is a lot lower than the previous low, like lower high, you get what I mean, right? And that's why I scaled in short around VWAP where it failed $60 covered into the push. Had a pretty decent size on the short side around 60s, and then added into the downside move. You can see this thing flushed all the way to 48, 49s. That's why I covered all my short position and then flip long. I did kind of, get caught alongside a little bit too early, and you can see I had to stop out for a loss on the long side first. But this thing bounced back very nicely. That's what I mean by I like the stock when it's very volatile, very nice range, and this plays on both sides. Let's be real, like you don't want to always be too long biased or short biased. Like today on TLRY, like I was long biased and I got killed. So this thing bounced. After this flush move to 48, I was only long and selling to the pushes, and you can see this thing reclaimed higher lows, VWAP, and this thing went after hours to 70s and gapping up pre-market today. So that was where the big move was made for me on TLRY, both on the long side and short side. I really liked playing the stock yesterday because, like I said, it like followed all the levels pretty well, and the range and the volume, and just very, very nice trader. But if you look at the way it's trading today, it's a completely different story. Looking at the 5-minute chart that was yesterday, this thing gapped up to 76, and then we just sold off pre-market. Literally no bounce whatsoever. Even though I do have locates available to short TLRY, it's just literally no bounce. Like I have this rule of not shorting weakness, so I didn't short TLRY at all today. I was looking for the bounce move, right? The same way I played TLRY yesterday. I did get in a little bit early pre-market with just small size. Like I mentioned many times before, when I trade pre-market, whether it's long or short, it's very, very small position relative to my full size on that. So I had a small starter long around the pre-market dip 53s, and at the open this thing just tanked, and there were just no bounces whatsoever. You can see I took some pretty decent losses on this. Even though I longed here and longed here, I want to sell into the push. I was looking for like a potentially 55, even 56s push, and even 60s. That's very possible. I mean, if you look at the way this thing traded yesterday, it's 10-point move up and down. But today we just didn't get that. And I'm sure someone big was kind of unloading their position. You can see this thing bounced to like 52 barely, and it just sold back down. I took a couple of hits on this. I had 3 tries total. So took a loss here, and then over here again, should have sold into the push. But I was looking for a lot more to, like I said, 55, 66, 56, and 60s above. We just didn't get that. And once it failed VWAP, I cut my long position for a loss. Tried it again on starter size, didn't work. Cut it again. The final trade kind of worked around the 41s. I added here 42s when it starts consolidating. I added some more around 44. So and it sold into this push, and you can see this VWAP just rejected hard. We couldn't really even test 50s again, and you can see this thing just kind of bleeding out all day. So that's a pretty nice loss. I'm not gonna lie, it was not fun. Gave back a lot of the profit from yesterday. But I'll be okay. Like I'll be fine to live to trade another day. So definitely gave back like what, like 1/3 of the profit from yesterday. Not fun. But you know, I have this rule of like trading the stock for a maximum of 3 trades. And if all 3 trades I just got it wrong, then I leave it alone. So that, I think that rule really saved me today. The 3rd trade did work out, but this is just in a constant downtrend all day. Barely no bounce at all. And that's a pretty big sell off from, you know, $70 pre-market, and the previous day close was $63 and just dumped right at the open. 55, now down to 37. So it's down like 40% on the day for TLRY. So yeah, so difficult to trade today, at least for me. I mean, in hindsight, it looks like, you know, it's a better short, but there's just no short entry whatsoever, and the stock already triggered SSR. So, you know, I have to follow my rules, right? Same thing, I followed my rule on no trading after 3 losses on the same ticker. My rule of not shorting stocks on SSR, on weakness, I have to stick to that, even though it looked like it would have worked today. And if you look at SNDL, it's a very similar idea, right? This thing gapped up overnight from 290s to after hours 370s and 480s this morning, almost $5. And the same idea, it just kind of downtrended the whole day after the opening sell-off from $4 down to $2.75. And I don't know if this was a real print, but that was a nasty on hold. And you can see this thing just cannot reclaim the previous day close area around 3s to go red to green. So very similar charts as TLRY. They're just downtrending. Someone big is just unloading the position on these green stocks all day. Even though I didn't trade SNDL, I was looking at potentially the short side if it tests the previous 350s or the $3. But after my TLRY loss 3 times, let's just say I was a little bit defeated. So I decided not to like force trade, especially on a day like today where everything's selling off. If I try to chase the weakness on the short side, it feels like I'm chasing. So gotta be disciplined, right? You know, like I've always preach on this channel. I do have red days. I do take losses, but I don't let my red days balloon into you know, something that's unrecoverable. Another small trade today is Riot. This is the Bitcoin play. Bitcoin hit new all-time highs around 49,000 today, and Riot was gapping up, trended up higher. I didn't play it at all until I see this pretty big dip around the 42.80s. That's why I got long. I even added around 33.44s. I was looking for a push to $44 and reclaim VWAP potentially higher, but no, these candles you can see just not a lot of wicks, so that means every single bounce is sold into, kind of like TLRY. Every single bounce, like 50-cent bounce, $1 bounce, it just sold into, so can't fight it. So I just got out for a small profit. The other one that I also lost on today is YI, but this one I only had a starter size. I kept it pretty tight. You can see same idea, was looking at the consolidation sub VWAP around 35s after this morning push to 46, but just sold off with the rest of the market, and I stopped out following my risk for a small loss on that. So definitely a very humbling day for me. You know, buy the dip, right? Everyone's saying that, but it works until the dips keep on dipping. But that's why risk management is very important. I never averaged down. I never added to a loser. I kept on stopping out of my predetermined risk level. And I'll try that again 3 times. And once that doesn't work, I just leave this thing alone. So that's helped me out today. My loss would have been a lot bigger if I didn't follow my rules. Again, risk management and following your rules and discipline are the things that's gonna protect you on the days where you are just wrong. Again, the $6,000 loss is not fun, but it's one that I can recover from, and it's not a permanent damage to my account. So I guess this money tree moolah isn't really doing its job, so I just have to take it out in the trash now. Just kidding, I won't do that. I'll do it after Chinese New Year. Hopefully this video really shows you guys the reality of day trading. It's not always rainbows and sunshine. It's always, if you want the good, you also have to deal with the ugly as well. Also, before I go, I just want to remind everyone that there's a lot of these fake humble trader accounts in my YouTube comments, just spamming everyone's comments with their WhatsApp number, with their phone number, telling you to, they'll manage your account for you. Please do not fall for this. Please report all these fake comments. I do my best to report and block all those scammers, but every time I block one, two more show up. So please be smart. Please do not fall for it, and please help me report these fake accounts. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys are staying safe, and I'll see you guys next time. Hey guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and the bad jokes. If you want to see more day trading content, make sure to subscribe and follow me on Twitter and Instagram for more. If you'd like to trade with me daily and get my free weekend watch list and trading journal, make sure to check out the links below for more resources. Stay green, stay positive, and I'll see you guys next time.